This is Zack Petroc, and welcome to an overview video of our new stylized animation mesh. You can see that it does come pre-polygrouped, and this is very useful for defining specific edges. So for example, the turning point between the front and side surface of the eyelid are clearly defined, so you can get a very exact line, come in and tweak every one of these points so you can really evaluate that edge. You can also click select to isolate these groups and look at the outer edge or mask them and then pull other sides in of the adjacent poly group. This also comes with the ability to step down in subdivision levels. This is very helpful and something that I use often. It's very useful for making large, broad changes. And if we look back at this eyelid, when we're at the highest subdivision level, there are a decent amount of polygons to represent this shape and get the read of these lines. It can be very tedious to go in and move them and try to get a very clean line. But if you step down in your levels of detail, then all you need to do is adjust at this level and it will automatically propagate to the upper levels. Looking at the edge flow, some of the things I like, I step back down, are the fact that you can get one clean line around the nose. So when we're talking about stylized characters, it is very important to have a flow that helps you define the form and really give you a nice clean surface. So you can see we have this line connecting all the way through to represent this lower surface of the nose. You can also see polygroups for the lips, so we can just isolate the upper and lower lip. And we also have one edge flowing for the nasal labial. This really helps during animation. And you can pull that crease in during the posing of the face. Take a quick look at the teeth. As you can see, we have individual pieces for the teeth, gums, and tongue. Let's take a quick look at the hands. So we have fingernails that are integrated into the mesh. They can also be isolated. This can come in handy for painting, which is something we'll cover in a later video. And the entire body is polygrouped, and this helps us define landmarks like the hips, which is useful for rigging. Let's go down to the feet. You can see the feet have a similar setup where each part of a digit is selectable via polygroup. And then we also have the toenails separated out. One other aspect I do like about this mesh is that we have one defined edge loop that separates the side from the bottom of the foot. And that goes all the way around, and it would also go in and wrap exactly around each toe if we went in and clicked every continuous part of that edge. And again, this is helpful when you really need to push the stylization of your character and get a very nice, sharp line. The mesh also comes with a texture. And in upcoming videos, we will be covering specific features of the mesh, as well as how I utilize tools in ZBrush to make sculpting easier. And we'll also discuss in greater detail the specific edge layout of these areas.